What's going on, guys? We are back tonight with another video for you, and I want to take a look at an old class I've been playing for a while, and it's an oldie, but it's one of my favorites. And I did a remake on it, and it's another Scorched Earth deck. And I want to do it just because I ran into a guy in Discord that had been I think he submitted a deck into the competition that they had. And it was a Scorched Earth variant using Mary Anning. And it looked something like this here, where he was trying to use power per turn and Mary Anning. And basically kind of the same premise, but not quite there, but close enough. And I had a comment on that post from Deadly Dave is his name. And he's actually supposedly the guy who created or helped create this Scorched Earth archetype, I want to call it. So basically the premise is revolves around, stacking power per turn cards like, Anubis. You get the 20 power per turn permanently. And comboing that with cards that debuff your opponent's power level. So we don't necessarily care about the power level of our cards because we're stacking power per turn. And then we're debuffing our opponent so drastically that their cards sometimes they go all the way down to 0 when they go to play their cards. Yet we still score because obviously we're stacking power per turn, and that does not go down. And also cards like Gladiatrice, is that how you say it? Gladiatrice? When drawn, gain 100 this turn. So you immediately gain like these big, basically buff power per turn plays that don't get affected by these debuff cards like Infinity, that when returned all cards wherever they are lose 50. So this counts for your cards as well. So I saw a comment in Discord as well where somebody asked, how do you use Infinity? I don't understand what this would be good in. And this is a scenario like this kind of deck where you're debuffing your stuff, but you don't care that much about debuffing your own cards. So it's kind of a neat archetype. We're going to use Grim Reaper as one of the debuffs as well. Minus 32 this turn if it's round 1 or 2. Then minus 16 round 3 or 4. And minus 16 perm if it's after round 4 on ourselves. We mentioned Infinity. Another thing this deck's good at is, like I said, these ones that stack quick power per turn. So Red Diamond. We're going to try to win round 2, lose round 1. And play this hopefully on turn 3 of round 1, so we can get a head start on round 2. Along with that, we have a couple other cards that do the same thing. We've got Battle of Waterloo. Going to try to get that 120. And is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Also rocking Power of Zero. When drawn your opponent's cards in hand with 50 or more base power, lose 49 and cost -1 for 2 turns. Good card this week. A lot of people stacking up the big cards. This is a high energy week. We're starting at like 200 energy, and I think it's 0 on energy regen, so you just got to spend it all. It might be 220, actually. Francis Crick, when drawn, lose 1 perm and gain 16 power per turn. Irene, another good debuff card, and we get a discount with it. When returned, all cards, wherever they are, lose 50 and cost -5 next turn. Hans Trap, nice debuff. All cards in both players' hands lose 30 this turn. And then this card on return gets 60 perm, which is nice. So into the late game, it gets big enough to where it still gets a little bit of power itself. Snow Queen, +10 for you, -10 for your opponent. Helen Keller, if you lost the first at least one round this game, you get 15 power per turn. Naginata, when played, if played in the middle slot, all other cards in both players' hands lose 35 this turn. Eldorado for a little bit of extra energy regen. Lich, going to give us potential for 30 power per turn. Yellow Jacket, just a nice hold card. Occasionally we play it too, depending on the situation, but -5 until play. Just let it keep dinging our opponent over and over. And then we got a big cartwheel in this deck, primarily as our late game finisher to try to win that round 4 and 5. So when played for every round you've lost this game, this card gains 100 this turn, and your other cards lose 7 until played, which we don't care that much about. And finally, Longsword, again, another minus 100 for the turn, dinging our opponent in case they're doing like power per turn themselves. But that's the deck, man. Super fun to play. I've been recommending this deck for so long, or at least a variant of this deck, different variants I've played. This is a new one I haven't done. Really showcasing this card. It's a new card that just dropped. I wanted to try it out in this deck. So far, it's been pretty good. And you can see we've got Cartwheel, a new edition as well. Grim Reaper, new edition. So we've been cycling through different variants of this deck, testing out. And like I said, it's one of my favorite decks to play, honestly. And like I said, I've been chatting with Dave, Diddly Dave, who supposedly created this deck archetype. And basically gave him... I did a video a while back. It was like a nerf/buff video. And I really talked a lot about this Scorched Earth archetype because I don't know that Avid had been really focusing on it or even aware that this archetype was a thing because nobody really plays it. So I, talking with Dave, we were like, yeah, man, we need to try to come up with some cards that maybe we can, put the bug in Avid's ear to try this out and maybe give us a couple more options for this. So he said he was going to, poke them, see if he could get them to, get some new cards or something going for this. So I sent him that video specifically because I had mentioned like maybe 5 or 6 different card ideas that I thought would really help this archetype out. So primarily some permanent debuffs I think would be really nice, helping into the late game. Let's see here. We got Hans. Definitely want to play Lich. Let's go Lich, Hans, and I think we go Yellow Jacket because I want to play these 2 next turn and hopefully get the round loss here so we can get the 1 or 220 into next round, which would be a nice head start. We don't mind losing round 1. We just really want to win round 2 more than anything. Round 1 losing, not that big a deal. So we definitely want to play you guys. And let's play Crick because I don't want to risk winning. There we go. I said losing was the plan. You get a nice jump now into round 2. Also triggers our Cartwheel. Get it cycling where I want. Missed Snow Queen by 1 turn. That's unfortunate. Let's do it like that. Nice 540 turn. Oh, he had a pretty good turn himself. Definitely a fun deck to play, though. You guys, if you haven't tried this archetype, I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, I've been loving it. It's just such a fun way to play the game. Let's do it like this. We're going to debuff him quite a bit next turn. It might actually not be great for us because we kind of want to do power next turn ourselves. Now that we're behind, we thought we had the jump, but now we don't. Don't know if this is going to be enough. Dang, I really wanted to win there. Not enough. That makes it a lot tougher to win now. If you don't win round 2, it's almost a complete loss at this point. It's very tough now, I think, to sweep the rest of the game. Not impossible, but definitely a lot tougher. Which means I think I need Hans in round 4, not round 5. So let's play him here. I'm going to play you and you. And hope we can win this round. We are going to struggle round 5 too, which he's got the plus 60. So this is pretty much game over, I think. I don't know that we can come back from that. Like I said, not winning round 2 pretty much solidified it. Let's hold off on that. Let's do it like that. Yeah, I think he's got us. Like I said, definitely not the easiest deck to win with, but I have won a few pretty tough games with it, surprisingly. It's just very difficult to pilot. So, no, we need to win here, so that doesn't do it for us. Actually, we need to play it anyway, just because it's our max. I was going to say, we could have actually lost the turn there and still won the game. Which would have been funny, had I done it just perfectly. All right. Maybe we got a chance. No, I forgot round 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lost. It's going to be very tough to overcome that free 60 on pretty much every card he has. It's like an extra 600 power he's going to get. Unless he runs out of energy, which it doesn't look like that's going to happen. That would be about my only saving grace, I think. Looks like that's going to happen to me before it happens to him. Deck just hits too hard. All right, well, we tried. 382. Yeah, I think he's got us. Maybe. Oh, it's close. But yeah, I don't think we could have won round 5 anyway. It's unfortunate when they basically get a free win just because of the arena. All right, let's go to the next one, see if we can at least squeeze a win out with this deck. I love pulling a win with this thing. All right, one more. Let's see if we can get a pop-up. I do love playing real people. So what's good? You guys can feel free to skip ahead if you'd like. I'm just going to see if we can get a pop-up here. Play a real person. What else is good, though? The competition. Did you guys jump in on that Discord competition? It was pretty fun. I submitted a pretty cool money deck. Sherlock money deck. I ended up placing as a runner-up. As you can see, all my gems I got. So, it worked out pretty good. Shout out to Vex Power. Ended up winning the competition. All right, what do we got here? Saving Snow Queen. So I think I'm going something like this. All right, we're up against a Paleo deck. So I think we got a good, I wouldn't say good, but decent shot. He's probably got the edge on us. They get a lot of free buffs between themselves, so that makes it a little bit harder for me, I think. All right, we drew our 2 key cards here. So I think I'm just going to play 2 cards. Because I really want to play all 3 of those right there on the last turn. Which I'm fine with losing. Like I said, I'm fine with losing round 1. It's round... Oh, that is brutal. Completely just jacked me over. Man, I just can't catch a break tonight. All right, well. Super unfortunate. We'll just play them. Got to get the cycling going, I guess. Man, that was just... What the heck was that unfortunateness? It's like he knew what I was doing. It was like, no, no, no. No, no, no. All right, so now we're just going to go for the loss on this one. So let's do it... Let's do it like this. And you didn't put down a huge turn, which is good, so we actually still trigger those. I just would have liked to have done it last turn. I need to get cartwheel down now. Let's do like this. Man, I really want to win round 2 here. So much tougher when you don't. Still can't believe that Lot Chance monster. Man, he did me so dirty on that. If only he knew. If only he knew. All right, let's see here. That plus 100 might have helped us quite a bit. And we get the minus 100 from Longsword. Maybe. Oh, the minus 20 he hit me with. And he got a plus 25. Brutal. Dang it, dude. These little buffs. That's the reason I hate Paleo. All these little stinky buffs. Grr. All right, well. Looks like we got a flop tonight, guys. Nice video flop. This is a tough deck, though. Like I said, I knew it was going to be either hit or miss, but crazy. I had just beaten a really good deck with it, like right before this, too. What was I playing against? Guy had Terminator, Planet X. I think he had Flying Saucer, so it might have been like I want to say it was a World Turtle Brew big hitter deck, but I ended up beating it. I couldn't believe it. I actually thought I was going to get trounced, but nope. I think I'm going... Do you want to go Yellow Jacket? Yeah, let's go Yellow Jacket here. Dang, I really wanted to showcase this deck at its finest. It's so sweet when this thing just plays out perfect. Very satisfying. This was not the game. All right, guys, that's going to be it. He's got us. I know it looks strange, but I swear it can win a game occasionally. But all right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed, even though we didn't do the hottest. Definitely a fun deck, though. Even when you lose, honestly, I still like to play it. So check it out if it looks up your alley or not. But I really hope they print some more cards for this archetype. Like I said, I think this could be a really fun archetype for people in the future, especially if it gets maybe... Honestly, I think it needs 2 solid cards for this deck. Like maybe cards that hit... that give a nice chunk of permanent power, but also debuff at the same time. I think that would be maybe like some permanent debuffs. I think that combo would be really good against, or at least something that would really help this deck out in my mind. So permanent debuffs, I think, is where it would be. We'll see, man. Hopefully they come out with something now. But anyway, please hit that like button and that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed the content, as always. And have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching.